Yo, what's up? This is Donald. It is a very late Saturday evening, or you can call it Sunday morning. I am recording a personal podcast. You can ignore my title there. That's the one I've used to use for work, which most people may not have seen, but that's the one, my nickname, DoctorDon, that I use for work. I didn't want to spend time coming up with another logo, so I'm just using this one for now, since the other logo I use is more for my officiating. But yes, this is a personal podcast, and some people may be wondering, okay, what's Don doing here? Well, as we all know by now, the coronavirus has gone around. We are being told to distance ourselves from our social contacts. That's resulted in, obviously, sports being shut down, lots of things being shut down all around the United States, obviously, and all around the world. And we're actually going to have to find some things to do, because sometimes we may be home for a while. So typically, as you guys who know me, I may write updates on Facebook. I do a lot of video work. I sometimes even blog. But I figured in this time of people being distant from each other, doesn't mean we can't talk to each other. And I figured, let me record a podcast, give some updates on how I'm doing, how things are going with me, and also just talk about different things that I'm seeing out there. And I figured maybe for people who may be at home, you may have family with you or living with someone. I don't, but for some people, sometimes it's always good to hear a voice. So I figured, let me record myself since I have the equipment available. I'm just going to record a voice and give you something to listen to. And, hopefully it'll be one of those things that could be, that can kind of keep you occupied through what could be at sometimes a dreary day. It may, hopefully it's not, but if you're having a tough day, hopefully my voice will be able to make you feel better at minimum. And hopefully I won't bore you with my personal stuff too much, but I'll try to talk about other things as well. So that's my goal. Feel free to comment in the YouTube comments on how I'm doing, and feel free to suggest things I may want to talk about. Okay, so that's my purpose. Here's a couple of agenda items I wrote down that I wanted to talk about. The first one was just an injury update. Those of you on my Facebook friends list would have seen this this past Monday or so. I hurt myself playing basketball, tried to take a charge, got knocked down, hit my head on the floor pretty hard. Was hurting a little bit the first few days, but I'm doing better. I'm not sure if I had a concussion. Long story about my health care. Won't get into it, but my head was hurting, but it seems to be getting better. Didn't really have any major dizziness or nausea or some of the typical signs of a concussion, so maybe it's a mild one, but I'm feeling better. I've gone out to take walks, haven't done anything too strenuous. And with the virus stuff going on, which I'll talk about next, I haven't had much of a chance to do anything too strenuous anyway. So in some ways, this virus thing that's going on is going to be beneficial, as it's going to force me to take some time off from doing anything too crazy. So that'll be a benefit, but I'm getting better. Thanks to everyone who's been asking and other people that I've talked to. Second item, the virus impact on me. So for those of you again on Facebook who know me, I've been unemployed for about a month now. I was told in mid-January that I was going to be laid off from my job, and my last day was February 3rd, and that was okay. It was a little bit of a surprise. I won't get into the specifics of the layoff, but from that standpoint, the layoff was fine. I accepted it, and I was still busy. I officiate a lot of basketball and some other sports like volleyball. And that kept me busy pretty much from February, pretty much up until about 2 weeks ago, my high school basketball season. But with the virus thing coming up, people are very much in the media are very much focused on the professional sports, right? Hey, the NBA shut down, the Major League Baseball, hockey, whatever, and also the employees who work at those arenas which have been forced to shut down due to the virus, and no games and no concerts. Well, there's also the side impact, at least for me and potentially other folks who depend on officiating the amateur side of things, right? Like high school sports, youth sports, adult leagues, and whatnot. Me being unemployed, it's, again, I can deal with it. I have some cushions and stuff to deal with if I need some money. But officiating was both a monetary thing, an exercise thing, and also a social thing. And right now at this point, with everything being shut down, from a amateur standpoint, I get none of those things. No money, no exercise, and no socialization, which is, to be perfectly honest, that sucks. So that's part of the reason why I may be doing this, is just to get my voice be heard, and kind of talk about things as well, because sometimes talking about it makes you feel better. So that's one selfish reason if you want to talk about it. But also, it's something for me to do, because that's going to be the impact on me is, from a virus standpoint, I can't get my normal forms of exercise. I can't get my normal forms of socialization. So I'll have to find it in some other ways. That being said, in terms of the impact, yes, it's going to be tough. But I'm making do, at least at this point. From an exercise standpoint, once my head feels a little bit better, I have some options. I can work out at home. I can go outside and take walks. At the moment, I'm going to still take walks occasionally at the mall since it was raining Saturday. The malls are still open. We'll see how long that lasts. I usually just walk around for 20 to 30 minutes just to move the legs. It's not the most strenuous thing I've done, but it gets me moving. And if I really want to, I may walk twice, or I might go walk at the mall and maybe go to the Target close by to my house and walk around there just to keep moving a little bit and get outside and get some air. So it'll be tough, and it looks like a lot of things are going to shut down at some point, so I might have to make adjustments on the fly, but I have a plan, and I'm just going to keep moving forward with it. Okay, third item on the agenda, preparations for the virus thing. Well, to be honest, since I've been laid off for not working for over a month, I'd already been home a lot. I didn't really need to prep, obviously, because I didn't expect it, that things would go to the extent they've gone with the virus. But I already had some food at home. My dad, who is still working, sometimes brings food over to my house, so that's fine. I had food, so I was okay. But I already had extras left over. But when the first hint, when things were starting to take a turn, was about 2-3 weeks ago, when I went to the Target near my house after officiating volleyball, and I noticed all the water was gone. And I'm like, what the heck? So I picked up some water. My dad got me some stuff just in case. And then last week or 2 weeks ago, I picked up some extra, just basic foods like pasta and frozen veggies just to have around. So from a preparation standpoint, I'm pretty much set. I don't think I need a whole lot. I'm pretty simple in what I can eat. And in times of craziness, like potentially it could be, I don't want to worry about getting fancy. As long as I have some food, I have some vitamins if I need it, I should be all right. I see all these folks grabbing all sorts of water and all sorts of food. Maybe it's for their family. You know what? I don't have time to be fancy. I just want to have something to eat if I'm going to be stuck at home. So I've got cereal. I've got some breakfast bars. I've got all sorts of stuff. Pretty much, I think I'm covered and should last me for the 2 to 3 weeks, if or potentially longer if I can't go out and get any food. So I'm fully prepared. Also, I think the other preparation, which I mentioned back on the impact on me from a social standpoint, is the socialization. It's gonna be tough not seeing people for a while. I don't know if I'll play ball even if my head gets better. I don't know. Some people want to play. Some people may. I'll figure it out when we get there. But one thing that I've sort of prepared or thought about in my head is to have social contacts with folks throughout the time I'll be at home. I'm fortunate to have a few friends I can call if I need to talk. They can call me. One of our basketball groups that I'm with, we're obviously off at this point. We're at least going to initiate and see if it sustains to have like a weekly check-in for our basketball league, just to see how people are going. I'll probably just join in on that as well, both as a way to support other folks who may need it, and also just do something while I'm kind of not able to do my normal stuff. So all in all, I'm pretty much prepared from a socialization, mental standpoint, just to keep things focused, just to have something to do. And I also got books to read, got video games at home, so all of that's going to keep me busy. And if you see a lot of videos from me, hey, that means I'm just trying to find something to do. Then the last thing, going forward, what am I going to do with things? There's a lot of stuff going on, right? Going forward, hopefully the virus stuff gets resolved and things will get back to normal. That's the ideal world. But if it doesn't, we'll deal with it then. The other things I have to consider is, yes, I'm unemployed and I need a job. I was interviewing, I've been talking. The virus stuff may have put a kibosh on a bunch of this stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen. I did file for unemployment, so I'm waiting for that to get squared away. So hopefully at least keep me covered from there. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. And there's a lot of unknowns, unfortunately, with what's going on. I wish there was a straight line and say, hey, I know what's going on moving forward. But unfortunately, may not get an easy answer. I've been laid off many times in my career. And usually those have been fairly easy in terms of just go find a job. I never had to deal with such a unusual situation with the virus as it is. Yes, I've struggled finding jobs and whatnot, or deciding what I wanted to do. I still have that thing I need to think about what kind of job I want, but now I have to throw in some complications. Bit of a challenge, but you just roll with it and deal with it as you can. Any case, I've gone on for quite a while. I had a kind of a sort of prepped agenda, but I don't want to bore people to death. I'll try to keep these things fairly short. But going forward, I will, like I said, maybe I'll do it every day. We'll see if there's anything, that much stuff I want to talk about. But I will keep it rolling as I feel like it, just so there'll be a voice to be heard. And I'll give you updates on myself or anything else interesting that I hear about or anything interesting I read about. Whatever it may be, I will make some commentary. I guess I'll do my podcast. All right. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a safe and sane Sunday. Comment away on how you like it and what you want me, maybe you want me to talk about, and I will put it into the next one. You have a good one. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.